Over the last few months, the single most asked question on my channel has been, is it too late for me to go pro? When you see players make their professional debuts at 15, 16, 17, it's easy to beat yourself up and start to think and question whether it's too late for you and if it's better to just give up. Trust me, I felt exactly the same way when I passed the ages of 18, 19, 20. I started to feel an enormous stress that it may be too late for me. However, I kept at it, I kept working hard, and I did what I could. And then, just as I was about to turn 22, I signed my first pro contract. In today's video, I'll discuss my thoughts along the way and what mindset you should approach your individual situation with, and finally determine whether or not it's too late to go pro. Let's begin. First, I want to go back 13 years in time. I was 10 years old and I had decided that a pro footballer was exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. Everything about their life seemed incredible and I couldn't really see myself doing anything else. Growing up, I saw many fantastic players coming through the ranks, and they all seemed to do so at very young ages. It was very rare to see a player sign their first pro contract after the age of 18, so that was always a goal that I had in the back of my mind. As I got older and older, I made steps towards my goal, but I always felt like things were moving a bit too slow. And then, as I was about to turn 18, I didn't play for Manchester United or Real Madrid, as I had pictured all those years back. I was sitting on the bench in a 5th tier team in Sweden, struggling to get playing time. I felt like crap, my confidence was at an all-time low, and I really started to question whether I should just throw in the towel and pursue other ventures in my life. I could have one really good training session or performance in a game and get a bit of motivation back, but I always seemed to revert back to my old mindset. It was around 2019 when things really started to change. I wasn't going to get any playing time in my current team, so I had to drop down a level and play with players that were younger than me. There was two ways that I could approach this situation. On one hand, I could just quit because things weren't going in the right direction, or I could use this opportunity as a springboard to progress forwards. Honestly, of course I had doubts at this point, but in the end I chose the latter option. But I played out that season, I played some of my best football yet, and I was an integral part of that team. But in the end, it wasn't enough to secure a contract with the first team, and I had to look for other options elsewhere. I started to play for a 5th tier team, and a pro contract started to look really far away. I didn't even start at this level regularly either, but I kept putting in the work for almost 2 years, and all of a sudden, at the end of 2021, I was contacted by one pro club that wanted to offer me a trial, and that eventually led to me signing my first professional contract. So as you can see, along the way there will be so many ups and downs, and there have been so many times when I've thought about giving up. Even now there are still days when I question whether I think it's actually worth it or not. But if you stick with it, you keep doing the right things, you only really need one chance to reach your goal. When things have been tough over the years, I've come to learn a simple mindset trick that have helped me in going through tough times, and that is to picture your life and career as a movie. The main characters in a movie never have a straight line to the top, because that would just be a boring movie. And our lives are the same as well. Think about that when you may go through tough times. How incredible your movie will be to watch at the end of your career once you add all these small moments of hardship to that movie. And when you inevitably break through that barrier and push through, you will remember those moments. So, is it too late? I think many players place their focus on the wrong thing. Instead of obsessing over a certain age or time that you should go pro, which are factors completely outside of our control, we should instead focus on the things that are fully within our control. And that is to make sure that we do the right things on a consistent basis. Improving our skills on the pitch, strengthening our bodies in the gym, eating the right foods, and sleeping the right amount of hours. Also, your age is not what determines whether or not you get a pro contract. To a degree, yes, because pro clubs value experience at a higher level. But I personally think that players place too much emphasis on this. If you can show that you can perform better than the other players in the team, you will play. Because pro football is about getting results, and if you do that better than the guy in your position, you will find yourself getting more and more time on the pitch. So for my final answer, no, I don't think it's too late for you to go pro. I believe that if you approach your situation with an open mind and believe that it's possible and that you're actually taking the right steps towards it, then no, for 99% of you, it's definitely not too late. There are some mistakes that you want to avoid along the way though, so check out this video next where I go through 7 mistakes that I made on my way to signing my first professional contract. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you find it helpful, and if you did, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new content that I put out. Take care, I wish you luck in your journey, and I'll just see you in the next one. Bye.